Hi everyone, good evening, and I hope you had a wonderful day. In this video, we're going to discuss Erub Tabshillin. So we know that on Yom Tov, we're allowed to cook, unlike Shabbat. Shabbat, we're not allowed to cook, but on Yom Tov, it's allowed. However, it's only allowed to cook and prepare food for that specific day. I'm not allowed to prepare from one Yom Tov to the next day, even if the next day is Yom Tov itself, or even if the next day is Shabbat. So if that's the case, we run into a problem this year. This year, Yom Tov is Thursday, Friday. It goes straight into Shabbat. When am I supposed to cook for Shabbat? The day before is Friday, it's Yom Tov. I have to cook all the way from Wednesday for Shabbat. The food's going to already get ruined by the time Shabbat comes, especially back then when they didn't have refrigeration. And therefore the rabbis allowed me to set up an Erub Tabshillin. And basically what the Eruv is I'm starting the cooking process from before Yom Tov. I'm cooking on Wednesday basically, and I'm starting it, and I'm going to continue that cooking on Friday, which is Yom Tov, for Shabbat. That's how the Eruv works. Everyone is obligated in the Eruv, so it's one per household. So if there's a few families in the house that are eating together, only one person in the house needs to set it up, and that covers everyone in the home. And if a person lives alone, they have to do it for themselves. Males, females, everybody is obligated to set up the Eruv. If someone doesn't know how to set up the Eruv, they should try to learn how. And if it's still difficult, they need to appoint a messenger, a shaliyah, to do it for them. Now, what is the Eruv? Well, we're taking something baked and we're taking something cooked. And we're going to take this baked and cooked item on Wednesday before Yom Tov, and we're going to say a beracha, and then we're going to say how with this Eruv, it's going to allow me to now cook on Friday, to continue cooking and baking on Friday for Shabbat, or other preparations, all the preparations that we need. That includes as well, by the way, lighting candles. When we light candles on Friday afternoon for Shabbat, that's preparing for Shabbat. That's not allowed without an Eruv. So everyone needs to make sure they set up an Eruv. And again, like we said, we're taking a cooked dish and a baked food, and the custom today is to take matzah and we take an egg. One of the reasons we take an egg is because it lasted well without refrigeration, it didn't spoil. So we take a kazayit of bread or matzah, 27 grams. We take a kazayit of a cooked food. It could be cooked, roasted, smoked. It doesn't have to be an egg, but it's easy to use an egg. We take these two items, and we're going to set up our Eruv right now before Yom Tov. The amount, like we said, has to be 27 grams of baked and 27 grams of cooked. The Eruv needs to be set up not too early, not too late. The earliest time to set it up is the day before Yom Tov. So if Yom Tov is Wednesday night, I could start already from Tuesday night setting it up, which is right now when this video is being sent out. So Tuesday night, that's the earliest time I should set it up. I should not set up the Eruv before Tuesday night. The latest time to set up the Eruv is Wednesday sunset. So I should make sure I do it in between those two, in between Tuesday night and Wednesday afternoon before sunset. The blessing that I say on the Eruv, I take the Eruv, I take the matzah, I take the egg or whatever I'm using, and I say the blessing. The blessing is Baruch Ata Hashem Elokeinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kedeshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzevanu Al Mitzvat Eruv, on the mitzvah, on the commandment of setting up the Eruv. And that's it. And then I take the matzah and I take the egg and I put them away, and then I say that with this Eruv, I could say it in English, Aramaic, whatever I like, but I'm saying basically with this Eruv, it's going to allow me to bake, to cook, to light candles, to make all possible preparations from Yom Tov to Shabbat. And now I put it away, and on Friday, beauty. On Friday I could now do all my preparations that I need for Shabbat. If one forgot to set up the Eruv, they can rely on the rabbi who sets it up for the entire town. However, one needs to make sure that they're not negligent. They cannot forget on purpose. That's not a thing. So one has to be sincere, and one has to really try their best to set up their own Eruv. But if they forgot to do it, then they can rely on the rabbi who sets up the Eruv for everybody. Now, when a person does not have an Eruv, like we said, they rely on the rabbi. When they do have an Eruv, they have to take the Eruv that they set aside, they have to put it on the side and make sure that the eruv stays intact all the way till Friday. If the eruv gets lost, if the eruv gets eaten before I start cooking for Shabbat, I can no longer rely on it. Then I will have to go back and rely on the rabbi's eruv. But again, I don't want to do that. I want to rely on my own. Therefore, we have to make sure that we have the egg and the matzah or whatever we used, that we have it in a designated place, and we don't use it, we don't eat it, and it's safe until I finish cooking. Once I finish cooking on Friday for Shabbat, now if I want, I could eat them. But the custom is to eat it on Shabbat itself, and ideally one should try to eat the eruv in the Seudah Shelishit meal, the third meal of Shabbat, Shabbat afternoon. Have a great night.